We are of the Yahyel. What? That is who we are? For there are offspring here within this race, species of quote unquote our people. You've recently activated Bell Rock. This is why we come. Another. One of many. It was meant. Further expansion of consciousness is required. But the access point is easier. The portal established the lilac one, or lavender, that you were shown. Established between you and Martika, the other side of this ball of fabric. You must set your doubts aside. This was all preparation for the expansion of consciousness and the understanding of the truth and how to trust in the flow of what is already set in motion. There are so many things to learn. It is time to expand, expand, expand. Which is something you have been doing in this time. All prosperity will flow easily, abundantly, and freely. You are now taken care of for the rest of your life. You are here to bring a message to the earth. Speak what you feel. Speak what you feel. For that is the message. For when it is the things we actually want to say, that is when it is true. You must listen. It will never lead you astray. You will be okay. This is your purpose. This is why you have taken on the energies you have. These expressions of self. And why the alignment is so easy with other expressions of energy that will help to further expand on the energy that is being received and given. A web of sorts growing together, spreading awareness around the planet. We are simply here to assist. This is what the humans have asked for. Enlightenment. And no more fear. No need As I was making this video, I came across the term Brady's field from that was actually said from my youngest son. He also said a few extra interesting things, which I describe in a recording I had made before I finished this video here. I had stopped it halfway through to make note of the information that I was receiving through the stream of consciousness and energetic downloads that I was receiving, the Akashic Record information. And so I'm going to share it here now. And let me know what you think, what you feel. And I hope you enjoy what I discovered. It's actually quite fun and intriguing, especially for me. And I hope you find it just as exciting and intriguing as I do. Quite by coincidence, I had discovered a term which I had not heard before while creating content for my YouTube channel. A channeling from the Yahyel I did in December of 2023. And it spoke of many different aspects. As I felt compelled to record a video which mimicked binary code playing upon the lake from the sunlight during our most recent X flare a couple days ago. Today is May 15th or 16th. And before I even knew of the X flare, I was compelled by how the sunlight reflected off the lake in a specific way, as if the two elements coming together were speaking, creating a medium in which to communicate to the universal field. You could feel the energy, you could see the way the lights synchronized and interacted with one another, and how it had an effect on the energetics of the elements all around it, and the trees and such. And so I was recording it, just feeling compelled to, because it was so beautiful. The video does it no justice. And one of my youngest were speaking, and while I was editing out a lot of what he was saying, because I put my Yahyel, I used my Yahyel channeling as the sound and the video as the background, because they felt in alignment with one another. They complemented each other. I then went to do a closed captioning, which I thought would be a closed captioning of the Yahyel channeling, but instead it did it of the original video. And as a result, it caught my son saying amazing things. And so there were a couple that I did leave in there, one of which was something about Brady's field, something I had never heard of before. And so something told me, look it up. I felt it. I went and I looked it up, and sure enough, Brady's field is describing gravitational waves within the cosmos that are often given off by the collision of two black holes, and that ripples throughout time and space, eventually making its way across the entirety of the universe. And at first this was just a theory by Albert Einstein, but it was later proved 100 years later by two astronomers or physicists. Don't quote me on that exactly their titles. And they won the Nobel Prize for it, because they were able to detect the
gravitational waves, and then thus created a new form of science where they were able to see that the gravitational waves could actually map out the magnetic field of the cosmos, giving a more defined map of the cosmos, of the universe. And also that when dust interacted with these waves, it did so in such a way that it created light, which would then highlight dwarfs that did not have light, dwarf planets that did not have light, and black holes that were unable to be detected, along with any other matter that may not have naturally emitted light, thus showing that these gravitational waves are sound, and when they interact with specific elements, they create light, much like how life was created on Earth itself. And so in knowing this, and knowing that we are being hit by these waves in this time period, in this time of the awakening of the shift, we are being affected and further lightened, given more light, being able to see more, being able to access more, evolving in the way that we interact with our reality and the gravitational waves and the sounds and the light of it all that create it. That we are being evolved from this interaction, from the micro to the macro. And if we can understand that on a cosmic level, imagine what we can do with it even here in this dense experience of Earth. And they also mentioned that these gravitational waves had a harder time interacting with denser material than lighter material, thus meaning that these gravitational waves very well may likely be the quantum field itself, the spirit field, the higher dimensions that we are interacting with and we have yet to understand, and because they are missing components in which to fully be able to experiment with this. And I truly feel that that missing component is a spiritual technology that is contained within all of us. If there is a way that we can use our biological signatures, energetic signatures, we can add something to this scientific study to further understand the quantum field, the spirit field, and the higher dimensions. For we are multidimensional. We have just chosen to be of a denser nature so that we could learn to get back to the lighter natures in many ways, and to discover the meaning of it all, the reality of it all, and how it all came together. Ultimately remembering that we all come from the same space, the same source, and that we are all connected through light, sound, waves, gravitation, gravitational pulls, gravitational waves, through the heart, the engine of the heart, which is the strongest one of all.